I don't try to be contrarian, but I feel like there's a lot of like just takes on like film and media and stuff like that where I'm like, no, like I never, I very rarely voice it just because like, especially in like online forums, it's difficult to get your point across and have a nuanced conversation. I feel it's so much easier with like face to face or like just like speaking. So I never really like speak out about my opinions, especially because like if the overwhelming consensus is like the opposite, I don't want to just get dogpiled because it's like opinions on media. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but like I don't try to be different. It's just like I think about things differently sometimes, and like sometimes it makes me feel kind of crazy. Like I don't know how many people like, oh, I have to speedrun this. Whatevs. Um, I don't know how many people are big into like Pokemon that are watching, but I'm a big Pokemon fan, and like some of the general consensus I see on Pokemon characters, I like really disagree with. Like I like Bede from Gen 8 Sword and Shield. Like I really dislike him, but like I see a lot of people like really like him, and I'm like, why? Like he is such a smug, like, oh, you only beat me because I wasn't trying, and I feel like, that's an issue with the Pokemon games is like, because they're easy a lot of the time, like, you win without much trouble, but like, the game treats it like it was closer than it was. It's just like so annoying, and like, he barely gets like an inch more humble, and like, oh, I just missed. I wonder if I can jump up and hit this. Oh. But like he's very smug and annoying in my opinion, and I don't like him because of that. But like a lot of people do like him and think he's a good example of like the meaner rivals in the series. And I'm like, I don't see it, I don't get it enough. Like he loses to me every single time and still acts like he's better than me. And in a way that's not like, oh, I'll get you next time. It's like oh, I let you win because you're so pathetic, and like that's just annoying writing. And I do understand the angle of why people like him because he's got like a sad backstory, but we don't hear much about it, and that just doesn't do enough for me to like him. And then the other big one is uh Kieran from the Sword or the Scarlet and Violet DLC. I think Pete like I think partially the reason I don't love him all that much is just because like he was not fully written well, but like he has the cliche of like, oh, he has the cliche that I hate, where it's like, oh, you're like listening in and to like your friend's conversation and like film or media, and they're like, I hate this person. Is what I would say if I didn't love them, but they just hear like the I hate this person, and then they like walk away, and it's like that type of thing where like they're eavesdropping but they only eavesdrop on the bad parts, and it's like it's so annoying to me. And then just other things he does, like just because I understand it doesn't mean I feel inclined to like or agree with the character, like how it's like, oh, like he's wanted this his whole life, and then you come in and go behind his back against your will, and then he eavesdrops and hears about it, and it's this whole thing, and then it ruins him. But then it's like he's also acting entitled, where it's like, oh, I liked and wanted this Pokemon before you, so the fact that it chose you makes me mad. It's like I had nothing to do with this. you're taking what the Pokemon wants out of this equation. And so, like, I do understand, like, some of the logic in the sense of, like, oh, like, that would suck. But, like, I think, one, it's not executed the best. And two, it's, like, it's not executed the best, and it's not, like, because it's not written the best, and overall, it's just not a great, like, it's just not for me. Like, I can understand it. That doesn't mean I like it. I gotta knock this guy out really quick. Yo. Yo, get off the platform. There we go. So yeah, like, it's just things like that. Like, I feel like I don't want to, whenever I feel this way, I don't feel it because it's like, oh, I see what people are saying and I want to be different. I just, like, feel this way because of, like, the way I look at and interpret and feel about certain things, and it's different than the way the general consensus is, but, like, sometimes though, like, I, like, look at how they describe it, and I'm like, no, I don't really like that at all, like, what? So, I do love seeing other people's opinions, especially if they're, like, well thought out and well, like, articulated, but, like, because it helps me understand a bit more, but still, I'm like, what? How do you, like, I don't think, like, I see where you're coming from, but, like, nah, bro. Like, that's not, I don't see it like that at all. It is kind of nice to have different opinions than people, uh, because, like, especially if, like, the consensus is something else, you could kind of, it can help you understand the way you think better, where it's like, if someone just, like, says something, and you, like, you just agree with it, like, you don't really feel compelled to analyze why you feel that way and why they might feel that way. Whereas, like, if you disagree, you know, you feel more inclined to be like, oh, why do they think that way? And then be like, oh, they think that way because of A, B, and C. Like, I might not have considered that as much, so how do I feel about A, B, and C? This guy's getting shot. This guy's also getting shot.
Double kill.
So is this guy.
Triple kill.
They call me the Mushroom Kingdom
Overkill.
Sniper. But yeah, I do think it is very good to, like, look at your opinions and be like, okay, like, why do I feel this way? Because then you can kind of understand it better and, you know, be a more complete person. Because, you know, you have, like, damn, that was brutal. I have, like, you know, you see something, you see a piece of media, and you have, like, your, like, initial reaction to it. And it's like, oh, why do I feel that way, you know? Like, you don't really think about it when you initially form your opinion, but then, like, when you see someone with a different opinion, it gives you a reason to be like, oh, why do I feel this way? And it can either, like, holy, I didn't even mean to do him like that. I kind of did him dirty there. But it kind of can kind of affirm or change, like, change fully or change slightly your opinion because you, like, took a look at it and were like, oh, like, I actually agree with some of what they're saying, or I agree with all of what they're saying, and or a lot more of what they're saying. So I don't know. I just, like, I don't know if everyone feels that way. I just know that I'm a very curious person, so I want to, like, I just want to understand, and so, like, sometimes when I'm at the gym, I'll, like, see someone doing something that, like, looks a little whack, but I'm like, I don't want to like go up to them and be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, cause that kind of sounds rude. Um, but like, I like, I think that way. 'Cause it's like, I'm like genuinely curious. Like, I do genuinely want to know. Yoshi. Yeah, like, so, it's, yeah. Like, I genuinely want to know why people feel that way. And so I want to go up to them and be like, oh, what are you doing? But not because I want to be rude, because I genuinely just like want to know. Um, but it's hard to go up and like do that without sounding rude. But it's like I just would love to know, because then it's like, oh, like I can be like, oh, so that like this is what the benefits are, and then like I can implement that into my like routine at the gym if I think it's worth it. And so like I'm not trying to be rude. I like, but I don't end up doing it because it's like I can't quite figure out how to ask and not come off as like a bit of a dick. Where it's like, what do you think you're doing? You know, it's especially with sometimes how I hear my voice and how I've been told my voice comes off. It like doesn't always come off how I intend it to. So I try to err on the side of caution. But I do genuinely like want to know like what the benefits may be, because it may look like ridiculous and pointless to me, and it may not look like my typical understanding of something, but that's because it's not like for that, you know, like it looks like it should be but it isn't type of thing, you know. Like I look at, I've never spoken or met like a CrossFitter personally, but like I look at the like CrossFit pull-ups, and I think like it looks silly to me, because like what I understand of a pull-up is like, you know, and just like working out in general is like it works, you know, momentum kind of affects like muscle growth, because once you get something moving, it's either it's easier to keep it moving. So like it's not like super beneficial, like the most optimal for muscle growth, but it's like if I could talk to them and be like, oh, like why do you do that? Like that, I think that would be like really nice and really useful, because then it'd be like, oh, like that's why you do it. And so like, you know, if it may be a bit silly, may look a bit silly, it's like, oh, it has actual like benefits. So may I want to do it. I want to maybe try it and see how I feel, like see if it helps out with you know, I'm gonna play this level as Luigi. I just how I feel, you know. I like to learn. I'm a big fan of learning new things so as to like understand how they work, or like why do you do them. Okay, I'm nasty. That's crazy. I don't think you can hit that on Mario because Luigi jumps higher. Oh, there's a checkpoint there. Nah, I don't need it. I don't need the checkpoint. I don't need the checkpoint. Cause I'm the best. I'm the best. Look at that. Don't even need it. Sorry, I'm like lost on things to say. I'm also just admiring how. Huh. I'm just admired. I'm just, you know, Luigi moments. Epic Luigi gaming. Um, I don't know what just happened there. Okay. Well, I know what. Oh, I know what happened there. I'm well aware. Am I going to do things differently? No. That's one thing I've always been curious about like, you know, you hear like Einstein and like Voss from Far Cry 3 being like, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, but it's like, um, like, but like there's a level to that where it's like, like, there are things where it's like you understand that uh, like when you do something, things will change. Like things should change. Like if you're executing something that you know is possible, like, and it takes you like 500 attempts to get it right. Like are you insane for that when you know it can and will change? Versus like if you don't know it'll change and there's no inclination that it can change, and you're like, I'm gonna keep trying, but I don't know. I feel like that definition of insanity is a little bit difficult to judge. Like, I feel like it can be kind of difficult to judge because, like, what the heck? What is that? I do want to read it. Oh, is it like Luigi's Adventures? I don't know. But yeah, what looks like insanity to one person is actually pretty well, like, very measured and well understood to someone else. So, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when people are like, oh, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting things to change, it's like, there are some instances where doing the same thing over and over again and expecting things to change is valid, I feel like. It does make sense. Can I hit that again? Oh, I can. I am surprised Mario can do that. Oh, I didn't... Oh. Like I said, I don't need the checkpoint. I just gotta do this all over again. One thing I've been, like, kind of impressed with myself so far, and who knows if it'll change. I've been, like, I feel like once the green stars hit, I will, like, not know anything. But, like, I've been kind of impressed at how much I, like, have, like, remembered of, like, the secret levels in this game, because, like, in Mario, even in Mario Galaxy 1, I can still forget from time to time, but, like, that's, like, sometimes the hardest part is, like, remembering the... Nah, I did not hit that. Okay, I will say I did probably hit that. Oh! Sorry, I got distracted because I clutched and then I almost choked. But yeah, I like sometimes bad at remembering the secrets, so... And it's not even like bad to have to go back to the level to do it again, but it just kind of feels like, when you're like, oh, I forgot, you know? But it is what it is. I don't know. It is what it is. I'll remember some things, I'll forget some others, and hey, it's a video. If I forget something, I can just edit it out, and no one will know. I think that's a good spot to end it. Uh, I'm gonna use my big brain. Episode 10. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back. I will be back. You can count on that. Or don't.